Good morning, Philippines, and welcome to week 39 of our construction rebuild of our home in Talaman, Cebu. Today we picked out a front door, we picked up some more tiling choices, and we got more windows put in on the third floor, and the main floor bathroom got plumbed in. So please join me as we go through what happened this week. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. As we go through this construction phase, um, don't forget to watch to the very end where I discuss about the advantages of hollow block or free pour concrete. So today is Sunday and the guys are camping out. The house is nice enough that they uh, want to live here. But it's added security because we don't have lockup yet. So we come in, you'll see the light for the aquarium over on the left there. That's being built, should be in this week. And sweeping across the living room area, there's the dining room lights, and some of the perimeter lights are up on the wall. That back wall, where you see the orange pipe sticking up, that's where the TV will go. And we picked out some marble tile for that. The air conditioner will run through that hole above the window. And then when you sweep back, you'll get a view of the kitchen. And there's the marble face of the kitchen with the black countertops. The fan is installed for the stove. We just have to run some power to it. You'll see there's a connection to the outlet down below for the fan. And that white protective covering is for the stainless steel. It's a stainless steel fan. We got a front door handle there in a box, and the counters are pretty much put in place. Let's come back and do another day and finish that off. We can see across through to the living room, and if we head back that way again, you'll notice a couple of boxes on the floor there. That's our fluted walls, and behind it is the door that we picked out. And here's the place where we picked the doors out. They got a lot of choices, quality doors, and Gardini del Sol is a manufacturer. Although we didn't buy it from them directly, we did go to the plant, and they manufacture these things in batches. So we went to another place and selected a door. You can see there's plenty of choices. Take a browse around in case you're looking for a door. They're right here in Cebu, not far from Pacific Mall. And we will flip it over. It's on the other side. That's over here. Got double doors and different combinations with windows. But this one here is the one we picked. And that's should be in next week, although it'll be depending on the tiling. So here it is here delivered and ready once the frame is put in play. And there's the fluted panels. So walking into the bathroom here now, the past few weeks you haven't seen much because there's never any light, but now we've got it plumbed in, and there'll be a sink going in that corner there, and the toilet will be going there, and the shower over to the left. We just have to grade it all to the same grade before we can put any of the tile work in. And I picked out a unit that will fit in there as a combination mirror, cupboard, and sink. Tap extra. So they framed the door in, or the door frame in, and we'll come across to the stairwells now. So we head on up, take one last look at the kitchen. They're working on this in process finishing of the walls, plastering them, and there'll be a curve along here and make it more of a sweep up into the second floor with a couple of layers there for knickknacks. The floor is done in the hallway here. They just finished that off yesterday. So it's got a wood grain tile 20 by 1 meter long, and made it look like planks without the wood rot. Try and keep the termites out of the equation. The baseboard is natural wood though. And this is the pattern we'll be using in the main bathroom for some of the tile as accents. And that'll be coming along hopefully next week. The mom's walk-in closet is done except for the cupboards. And we've got a glass shower door there. And we've got the patio tile work starting to come into play. So I'll look forward to sitting out here on the deck and enjoying my morning cup of coffee. Maybe do a YouTube video with you guys sometime. And this sweeps right around by Bella's room and across over to Beau's back door or exit fire door. So I just want to make sure that the kids have plenty of chance to escape if there's ever a fire or something in the, although the house is all concrete. And you've got over here the air conditioner up on the wall. They're installed now. We just have to get the condensing fans put on outside. And over here we've got Bella's room where we're storing all the towels right now. And it's in large part complete. Just after Permalite, she's got her air conditioning unit in there as well. And the hallway ceiling needs yet to be done. We've got an air conditioning unit in the master bedroom. And then over here in the bathroom, this is where the tile work will continue. We got pretty much all the tile, lighting, and hardware picked out a toilet for around 6,000 pesos. Manufacturers called Swan. They're from China. A lot cheaper than HCG or American Standard. So we'll try that out. So we'll head on up to the third floor now, and we come up here. They've got the door frame put in for the entry. That's installed. Then they finished this framework for the doorway there, and that's the metal staircase to the roof. Looking back across here into the bathroom area, we leave that wall open so we can fit the bathtub in. That's been waiting for a while, and you get a view at the mountains. So all the plumbing's done here. We have to put the overlay topping on it before we can put the tile on it. And when we step outside, you'll see the electrical wiring, the connection for the solar panels eventually. And we've got the the water tank installed now, protected from the wind and anchored in. So that's full and fed on a loop through the house so that we got continuous water regardless of whether the municipality or the district is shut down. Hopefully, enough of it. And here's a view of what we get in the corner. Wait a minute, the window's open here. Let's shut that so you can get a better view. There, so this blue tinted glass again, and that's a beeline direct to Mactan Airport. There's a hill between us and the airport, which I kind of thought in the back of my mind, if there's ever a nuclear attack, at least we would be protected somewhat by that hill in the blast. It's funny how the mind thinks, eh? So let's head back up and take a look at the roof area. This metal staircase has been the bane of my existence. The frame for the louvers is set, so there's ventilation going to come in through here. If we look back over here to the right, you'll see the louvers themselves. There they are. We put some strapping on them halfway to make them stronger. So there'll be a cool breeze running through there. And then we'll take a look back at the remainder of the room. The door frame's ready for a door. And what have we got over here? The toilet, sink, the bathtub, sorry, and then the sink over here. So it'll be a quite spacious bathroom. And then I'll put my pool table right here where the bathtub's sitting. And that'll be the party room. So coming up the stairs, you'll see the rain's still coming in. We're going to have to build the tower over hopefully next week. I'm going to put in a window from the old house in the corner for a view of the mountains. And here's the skylight that's on a permanent pitch with sliding glass windows on the right there, so that they're not directly in the way of the breeze which blows left to right there. So it'll be protected from any storm, hopefully. And it's at the same angle or close to what the solar panels will be, so it'll match up. And the tower will go over here. I may put a couple of solar panels on top of it. And here's the view, which I seem never to get enough of. It's raining today, but again, there's the hill between us and Mactan Airport, and that's the neighborhood. Above the noise and the smell and the cooler breezes. Like I said previously, mosquito can only fly up to about a maximum 25 feet height, so you can sit out here bare shirt and not have to worry about being bitten. And we'll head back on down, navigating through the tarpaulin. I guess the guys are trying to minimize the amount of rain that comes into the structure now, but that should be addressed next week. Okay, so I just want to take a moment to talk to you guys about the differences between hollow block and free pour concrete and what was previously said. So have a listen here. Now, I'd like to address an issue relative to construction here in the Philippines. I saw a video of another blogger who was touting the advantages of full pour concrete walls in the Philippines, considering it to be somewhat superior to hollow block. And I would dispute that. And the reason I'll dispute that is concrete or masonry is inflexible in every way. So it doesn't matter if it's concrete or it's block. If you're in an earthquake zone and you've got a shaking going on, the concrete is going to crack. So the thing that is important in construction is something that is slightly flexible or malleable, and that would be steel rebar, which can bend. Yes, it can snap off and break off, but the rebar itself is much more flexible than the concrete. So consider that when you're looking at construction here in the Philippines. Now, having said all that, I wanted to address where this probably comes from. In the West, when we use concrete hollow block, we rely on the concrete to support the wall within the block and not the rebar. Any rebar added is for additional reinforcement. So, but here in the Philippines, the concrete block is quite poor quality concrete. It's just meant to hold the rebar reinforcement at every third course and every 18 inches apart, or about that range anyway. And commonly use number 16 mm rebar. Instead of that, um, we used 20 and 22 millimeter rebar, so it's much stronger, and we used more of it. It's built to a commercial standard. Part of it was concerns about the variability of soil conditions, and we just wanted to ensure that the building itself was one integral structure that could move as a unit. But the other thing too is that the hollow block that we use in the West, the gap in the hollow, quite often is considered as an insulation area, has some R value, and foam or something other than concrete could be added to that. Although concrete frequently is added, it's not always. And hence, when you see a wall that's had some movement to it, the crack will run right across the wall unhindered because there's no rebar to arrest the crack as it works through the wall. But here in the Philippines, you may see a crack in the wall, but it may stop because it's reached a point where there's a rebar interfering with its path. So, yeah, I wouldn't consider a free concrete pour any better than a hollow block pour. However, you want to make sure that your concrete block, hollow block, has enough concrete in it that it doesn't fall apart while you're filling the holes with concrete. And that's where your strength of your wall will come from. So there's many considerations when you're dealing with construction here in the Philippines, and it is quite an active zone geotechnically. So you can go with the minimums if you want, which are a 2-foot depth of a footing with 10 inches or a foot of cement. I think it's around there. But all my construction here has surpassed that. I go at least a meter deep. In this case, I think I did 1.5 meters deep and a good solid 4-meter square footing with 22 mm rebar when I could have got away with just 16. So yeah, this building should be rock solid, and I wouldn't recommend you go with the minimums. If you're building it for your honey, for her future, for your insurance that she has some solid place to live for the next 50 years, you don't want it to all fall apart in the next earthquake. So go with the heavy gauge steel. Put it more frequently than the prescribed distances so that you've got a good solid not only beams and columns but also floors. And the final thing too is that if you ever have to make a change on a hollow block wall, it's easy enough to chip out and put in additional wiring or piping and just plaster it over it. A solid concrete wall, it's going to travel through the concrete, and if you ever have to cut it open, you're going to have to use a saw and chip it out, because if you use a jackhammer, you're just going to destroy the whole wall. So those are some considerations in terms of construction here in the Philippines if you're looking at building here. Not everyone's experience is the same. So take that into account. Whether you're building in the city or the country, it doesn't, or the provinces, it doesn't really matter so much the personnel that you've got working with you and for you. And the attitudes are different here, and maybe we'll discuss that sometime in another video. Once this project is done, we'll let it complete it, run its course, and we'll give you some more input on that as well. So that wraps up week 39 and week 40. Sad news is that it looks like we won't be in by Christmas. But tomorrow we complete on our other deal on the townhouse across the street. So if you're looking at coming to Cebu and you need a place to rent, and you'd like to have it all inclusive in terms of maintenance fees and where all you have to pay is the hydro you consume and the water you drink or use, then we'll even throw in a motorcycle too. If what do we got? We got a Suzuki Bergman or a Faggio Toyota. So it's something for you to look at. So again, thanks again to all new subscribers. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll talk to you in the next one.